Hey guys, today we're going to learn about something called Notan Art. Notan Art is a Japanese art form that uses light and dark and positive and negative shapes. Some Notan art is very simple, some is more complex. You'll notice they all use light and dark and positive and negative shapes. Today I'm going to teach you how to make some simple Notan art. Now to begin, the first thing you want to do is fold your paper in half. This is if you are making a center shape, like the ones that I did. You do not have to make a shape in the center, but if you want to make a shape in the center, the first thing you'll do is fold your paper in half, and then you'll cut along the folded line. I decided to cut a triangle shape, which will make a diamond shape when I open it back up. So I just cut out my shape, and then when I'm done, I can choose to either leave that whole space negative, or I can choose to make my triangle space smaller and use some of that to fill in the negative space. So watch what I do. I will open up my paper, and there's my diamond shape. And then the shape that I just cut smaller can fit right inside that diamond shape, leaving negative space between the two positive shapes. I could leave it that way, or I can take that shape and cut it even smaller to make more negative space in the very middle. So I cut that smaller. I set the one smaller shape aside. I'm going to use it again. Now I have another diamond shape that has positive and negative space. I'm going to glue that on where I'm going to have it on my paper. I'll make sure that my paper is centered, and then I will put glue on the back of my shape, and then I will go ahead and just glue it right onto the paper where I want it to be. That will kind of help me balance my bigger paper as I cut different shapes out of it. I'll always know right where it's going to go. I've decided that I want this shape to be even smaller. I want to have another one right in the middle. So I'm cutting out another small shape right out of that one, and I'm going to glue it right in the middle. So now we have negative, positive, negative, positive. And I'll figure out which direction it belongs and glue that right there in the middle. Now that those are glued on, they're not going anywhere. I won't lose them while I'm cutting out other shapes, and I'll also be able to keep track of where my paper belongs. You can see I have those 4 edges I can cut shapes out of, lots of space on my paper still. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting out shapes. After I've cut my shape, I'm going to do the same thing every time. I cut, I place, and I flip. Actually, I think we'll use the word fit. So we're going to cut, fit, and flip every shape we create. This will help us to know exactly where we need to place each shape. Now this shape could stay there. I could glue it just like that. Or to create a little more interest, I can cut another shape from this shape. After I cut it, this piece goes right back where it was. Then I fit and I flip the smaller piece I just cut out. And you can see I've created positive, negative, positive, and negative shapes. I'm ready to glue these down. I'm going to take them one at a time, put glue on the back, and then I will glue it into place. I'm going to make sure that the large piece of paper I'm working with is placed right where I'm going to need it to be before I glue these side pieces down. The large piece isn't glued, but I'm setting it into place so I know where I need to glue these side pieces. That way, when I do glue down the large piece, it fits exactly where it needs to be and everything will line up just the way they should. Press down, get all those edges stuck. Make sure that you put glue on the ends so they don't stick up. Now I'm ready to cut another shape. So I pick up my large piece and I start cutting another shape. I can do either geometric or organic shapes. Geometric shapes are shapes like circles and squares. Organic shapes are shapes that really don't have a name. They're just shapes I make up as I go. And you can do whatever shapes you want. I cut, fit, and flip. And I kind of like this shape just the way it is. So I'm going to glue it on without cutting it anymore. And again, I'll line up my large piece of paper, make sure it's exactly where I need it to be before I glue my side shapes on. There's a lot of space in the bottom. At the bottom, I think that's where I'm going to cut next. Any shape I want, I can get creative. So I cut. Line that big piece of paper back up. Then I fit and I flip, making sure I know exactly where that piece needs to go. I think I could create a little more interest here by cutting this piece again. So I'll cut a smaller shape from this larger shape. And now I will fit. Oh, that doesn't fit. I'm going to turn it and now it fits. Fit, then flip. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the smaller piece. I will fit. No, that doesn't fit. I need to turn it. There we go. Fit. Now flip.